honor some of the special athletes that we have here at Littleton High School. Not everybody will be receiving special recognition, although oftentimes there are many kids that should or could be honored. These awards that we have at this point are for those kids that the coaching staff of each sport have felt have gone above and beyond and are truly worthy of special recognition. I'd like to welcome almost the Howard Drake family. I know one's on her way, and the P. Lotta Lair family, who will be inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. Welcome to our awards banquet. Congratulations on your award tonight and being inducted into the Hall of Fame. There's 125 kids that played sports at Littleton High School this year out of about 270 to 280 kids, including exchange students that we typically get each year now. It's approximately 10. All coaches as well just for another successful year. This might have been one of the more successful years we've had since I've been here now, since 2000. And especially the assistant coaches, who often you don't necessarily take the heat that some of the head coaches do, thankfully, but you also don't get the recognition that they get also. So I'd like to give you a round of applause for all you've done. I think collectively this might be one of the strongest coaching staffs that we've had here in a long time. There's a lot of experience here. There's a lot of success here. We have 2 coaches of the year in here this year, and Coach Trevor Howard and Coach Corey Pennard. And to be elected Coach of the Year, you need to be nominated by the coaches of that particular sport and then voted on by those coaches. So obviously your peers have a lot of respect for what you've done, and congratulations. We had 1 state championship team and 3 runner-up teams, and that all took place before the spring season, and we won't talk about the spring season. I'd like to thank the Booster Club for all your work, Miss Antonucci, Miss Grisham, Judy. Thanks for all you've done to make this awards banquet happen. Mr. Smith, Mr. Stevens, and the school board, kids and parents. We have a pretty supportive administration here in Littleton. They do a wonderful job in allowing us to spend money, to raise money, so that we have what might be some of the better facilities and equipment that we see in Class S, so we need to thank them. I'm going to get into recognizing our runner-up teams formally here. If I could have Mrs. Grisham come forward, as well as Jenna Annan, Serena Annan, Kaylee Champagne, Kelsey Champagne, Haley Sorelski, and Megan Wentworth, please, if you come forward. Unfortunately, Serena could not be with us tonight. Jenna, sorry. If we could just, again, these ladies competed against 24 other teams in Class M&S and came up short to Hopkinton, right, who has won the state championship in M&S for several years now, has had a wonderful program down there. But this team here was second in the state. Nice job, ladies. Our soccer team, Coach Corey Pennard and Kristen Pennard, Taylor Glidden, Amy Hastings, Julia Wynn, Ren Gardner, Sydney Pennard, Hillary Pettit, Callie Lavoie, Becky Abbott, Katie Boober. You guys can all start coming up now. Lindsay Hadlock, Rachel Lackey, Lindsay Glines, Dorothy Horn, Ashley Hill, Brianna Ash, Ashley Hayward, Sarah Garubi, I hope I said that right, and Jennifer Gardner. Again, 18-1-1 record. You heard the stats of this team. Very impressive team to watch play. But not only are they quality athletes, if you look at this number of kids on this team, I bet 100% of them are on the honor roll. So this is a wonderful team here at Littleton High School that we should be proud of. Congratulations. Our runner-up basketball team, both Coach Trevor Howard and Jeff Howard, please come forward. Obviously, Joe Walker's not here with us. We have Luke Howard, Aaron Clark, Nick Whipple, Josh Smith, Jesse Ledoux, Tom Quillen, Maddox Morneau, Kyle McKay, Kyle Lavoie, Sam Brammer, Jeff Howard, Matt Foster, Justin Whipple, Josh Bogardus, and Mike Shepard. Exceptional season, fellas. We won't really talk about the honor roll. Actually, most of these guys are honor roll students too, which is something that at LHS our athletes are consistently earning good grades most of the time.
That's why we ran 2 plays all year.
2 plays, Coach Howard said. One to the left and one to the right. And they usually got the one to the left wrong. But outstanding season, fellas. We're proud of you. Nice work. Ms. Hazlett, if you'd come forward and help me with this next one. I'm going to introduce our state champion cheerleading team. Coach Danielle Cook and Coach Sherry Benson, please come forward. We have Becky Abbott, Jenna Annan, Alyssa Antonucci, Jasmine Beard, Kaylee Champagne, Emma Cook, Ashley Hill, Rachel Lackey, Melanie Larson, Taylor Morello, Haley Ozawi, Catherine Ozawi, Kayla Otto, Brittany Palmer, Jasmine Rodas, Haley Smith, Sophia Sorgiadakis, Ian Wentworth, and Morgan Wentworth. These ladies are receiving state championship plaques with a team picture on it for their efforts and success. And lastly, we also like to honor this team with what we hang in this gymnasium as a tribute to teams that are very successful at state championship banner. So if I can have the seniors come forward, please. Outstanding season, ladies. Congratulations. Next, we're going to honor our seniors who will graduate tomorrow. Congratulations again, and thank you for your efforts in making our athletic programs here at Littleton a success. We have Elaine Armstrong, who participated in field hockey and softball. Brianna Ash, soccer, basketball, and softball.
You need to come up.
Come on up, Brianna. I know you're here. Nicole Baker, basketball. Dan Bennett, cross country and baseball. John Blakesley, golf. Katie Bowman, soccer and basketball. Ashley Bowler, field hockey. Aaron Clark, soccer, basketball, and baseball. Walker DeTromazone, soccer and tennis. Samantha Fillion, field hockey and tennis. Katie Foster, field hockey. Matt Foster, soccer and basketball. Megan Gadapi, golf and softball. Rhiannon Gardner, soccer and tennis. Sarah Garabai, soccer and tennis. Lindsay Hadlock, soccer, basketball, and softball. Lindsay Hamill, tennis. Luke Howard, basketball and tennis. Rachel Lackey, soccer, spirit, and tennis. Nate Landry, golf and baseball. Melanie Larson, spirit. Leticia Leahy, tennis. Bryce Lyman, tennis. Even if the exchange students are not seniors, we typically will reward them as seniors. Katie Merrill, tennis. Hannah Mitchell, field hockey. Tyler Murray, golf. Haley Alzawi, field hockey and spirit. Isabel Seeger, tennis. Michael Shepard, basketball. I don't even want to say this one, but Na Hun Shin, tennis. Guilherme Sheesh, tennis. Jonathan Smith, tennis. Joshua Smith, soccer and basketball. Schmith. Sophia Sorgiadakis, field hockey and spirit. Caitlin Vickery, field hockey. Megan Wentworth, cross country and spirit. And Justin Whipple, golf and basketball. If we could give all these seniors a round of applause. Obviously, there's quite a few seniors that participated in sports, many of them multi-sport athletes. You're going to be hard to replace next year. We have a few tri-sport athletes this year. Tri-Sport Athlete Awards given to a senior athlete who has led it in 3 varsity sports for 2 consecutive years. Have Aaron Clark, Lindsay Hadlock, and Rachel Lackey, if you could come forward, please. Congratulations, guys. Next award that we're going to give out is a Maroon and White Award. You've probably heard the title before. We have changed the criteria due to the change in our JV numbers and JV programs in an effort to reward underclassmen who have to play varsity sports and/or JV sports, oftentimes playing 2, sometimes doing dual practices, to make sure that we honor those kids that deserve to be rewarded for their efforts. It's given to a 9th or 10th grader that has made an impact at the varsity level and played the game above his or her grade expectations. He or she was a contributor at practice or games. If Coach Grisham would come forward, please.
The Maroon and White Award goes to a very talented runner. Her stats this year are impressive. At the state meet, she finished 6th overall with a time of 21:50, which translates into a 7:01 minute mile. The following at the Meet of Champions, her time of 20:46, which translates into a 6:41 minute mile, earned her all-state honors as a freshman. Only 10 runners in Class M and S earn this award, and Kaylee is amongst the 10 most gifted. Congratulations to Kaylee Champagne for this year's Maroon and White.
Coach Soul and Coach Gwynn, please come forward.
The 2010 Maroon and White Field Hockey Award is going to a sophomore, played midfield for us. You don't have a lot of stats when you play in the midfield, but her effort and dedication was really felt throughout the whole season. Nicole Young.
Mr. Smith and Mr. Shaw and Ms. Grisham, please come forward for girls tennis.
As you can see, I needed a lot of help this year. This player is a sophomore. She worked very hard this year to be able to play matches. You have to compete against your teammates, and the top 6 play in singles matches. This person worked her way up to the number 4 seed. She actually had the best record on the team with 11 wins, 2 losses. This player is very determined, very focused, and extremely competitive. She worked extremely well this year to place, as I mentioned, in the top 6, and she played so consistently this year. She demonstrated time and time again that she refused to lose. She's really a joy to coach, Lindsay Glines.
Good for you.
If Coach Connolly and Coach Daniels would please join me. The baseball Maroon and White Award could have gone to many kids this year, as we had a boatload of freshmen and sophomores, most of them making a drastic improvement and big impact during the games, and all of them during practice showed great improvement. This freshman led our team in wins on the mound this year. He's got the best nickname on the team. We refer to him as El Guapo, which is the handsome one. Not necessarily because he's handsome, but that he reminds us of former Red Sox pitcher Rich Garces. So if any of you are Red Sox fans, you'll know what I mean when this boy comes forward. He's a big, strong kid that never got rattled. He had the same demeanor all the time. He pitched some great relief for us, getting us out of some big jams, and even preserving the lead at times. He played a lot of third base. I don't recall hearing an excuse out of this kid's mouth. He worked hard every single day, wanting to get better, and we look forward to him improving each year and being a force on the baseball diamond when Freddie Vasquez comes forward. Coach Weber could not be here tonight. I will read what he has to say about the Maroon and White Award for the boys soccer team. It says, "My pleasure to give this award to a young man who has shown to be very mature for someone so young. He was one of the co-captains and impressed wherever he played on the field, scoring some of the nicest goals when he got the chance to play up front. He'll have a bright future in all his ventures. Sam Brammer." If Coach Howard and Howard would come forward, please.
All right, the Maroon and White Award. Again, for us to make it to the finals as we did, our team was basically seniors and sophomores, other than Maddox. Sorry, Maddox, but Maddox was our only junior on the team. So we had basically 3 sophomores on the varsity level really step up, and Jesse and TQ had their roles off the bench, and then Sam started for most of the season, well, the whole season. And the sophomore that impacted us the most, definitely, they all contributed, but Sam improved not only offensively but defensively. By the end of the year, he was guarding some of the other team's better players. He had to play underneath at times. He did a variety of things, and the only way we make it to where we did was because of sophomores and because of Sam. Sam?
Coach Cook and Coach Benson, please come forward for the cheerleading team.
Sorry. So with the Maroon and White Award, as you know, cheer is very much a team sport. Everybody goes out on the floor together. So with this award, actually the 2 awards tonight, we did ask the opinion of the team as to who they would feel is deserving of different awards. Either way, this award, chosen by the coaching staff as well as the team, here are some things her fellow team members said about her. Amazing flying skills this year. She's improved so much from last year. Her stunting skills have gotten so much more advanced. Never negative. Always works through any changes made. Very dedicated and driven. Very positive person. Works hard in her stunt group. And if this one doesn't give it away, got her back handspring this year. Has really come out of her shell. It gives us great pleasure to present this Maroon and White Award to Jenna Annan. As you heard, Jenna couldn't be with us tonight. She's at home recuperating from an illness. Thank you, honey.
I said I wasn't going to have any short jokes, Mr. Ferrantino, but, well, for this next award, I need the coaching staff of girls soccer team, basketball team, and softball team to come forward, please.
This young athlete is a sophomore. For me, she led us in goals, tied for assists, quick on the field, got an eye for the goal, great teammate, and whenever you're putting the balls away at night, just one more shot, Coach, please, one more shot. So much to be said about her, and I'm not supposed to say the name, so you go next. What do you got?
The sophomore not only led us in shooting percentage, which was 48 from the field, which is tremendous for a high school athlete. She scored 327 points as a sophomore this season. She led our team in assists, in steals. Her work ethic is tremendous all season long, as well as in the off season. One of the most coachable kids that I've ever had, and her attitude is second to none.
Great. I could just say what they said. In addition, contributed, I can't even begin. On the softball level, very solid in the infield, one of the team leaders in batting average, and just a wonderful person, Julia Wynn.
This next award, the LHS Crusader Award, I'll read the criteria. So Littleton High School Crusader Award is given to one member of each varsity team throughout the season. The award, decided by the coaching staff of each sport, is a variety of characteristics: academics, sportsmanship, leadership, work ethic, dedication, and a successful level of play are all the prime attributes in naming a Littleton High School athlete a true Crusader. And I'm just saying, coaches often have a hard time with this one. It would be nice to have 15 of them. There's often times several kids stick out. I've been asked numerous times if they could split the award or have two, and the answer is always no, that they need to find one, that there's always one person that is the kid that we want or we would love to have 12 or 15 of. And if we were to sum it up, this award is for that kid that we want. Not to say that there's not several of them or all of them, but this one individual that will receive this award tonight truly deserves it. If Coach Christian would come forward, please.
This year's Crusader Award for cross country goes to a young lady who I truly believe is every coach's dream. Always on time, which was early. Never asked when practice was going to be over. Had perfect attendance for all of the meets and all of the practices. She was and is one of the hardest working athletes I have had the pleasure to coach. Every day I knew she was going to give 100%, and it actually got to the point where I could gauge how hard her teammates were working on a given day based off of her performance. It's an honor to give this year's Crusader Award to Jenna Annan.
Coach Soul and Coach Gwynn would come forward, please.
The Crusader Award for the field hockey team, as Mr. Fillion said, was a tough decision with the 8 seniors. When you really reflect upon it, though, there really only is one choice. This individual had a tough time adjusting to my coaching style, I think, and the way that we practiced and stuff, but made tremendous gains throughout the season, and wound up being on the first team All-State when the season was done. Sophia?
No point in me trying to say your last name, I can't do that, so. Is this good? You get a little hoarse with this beer.
Mr. Shea and Mr. Ferrantino come forward, please, for golf.
I'm going to let Mr. Shea speak so we don't have to lower the mic.
Still have to. In deciding the Crusader Pride Award for the golf team this year, we did have 6 seniors, so it was difficult. But when Mr. Ferrantino and I discussed it, we knew there was only one player that did stand forward for all the reasons that we give this award: academically, leadership, sportsmanship. He's the whole package, and this award is about that whole package. Nathan Landry, please step forward.
Coach Howard and Howard, the boys basketball team, please.
Get my workout here, coming up and down. Even came up for Julia's award. I didn't even coach her. In a team sport, it's tough to single out one person. Numerous, obviously, people on our team could receive this award, and it's tough to have some guys not go unnoticed who was just as valuable as any other person on the team. But when you do look at the stats and what he did, this was definitely our quiet leader on our team. He wasn't very vocal. He kind of led by example, especially if you could have seen him in practice. I don't know how many times this person dominated practice. It was like a layup drill. It was kind of like watching him play against Dairyfield, basically, in practice at times. Get the ball, go coast to coast, lay it in. But Justin, he averaged a little under 19 points a game, and I may have called the play or two for him, but other than that, it was just because he had a nose for the ball. He was relentless on the boards. He obviously led us in rebounding and points. He led us in free throw attempts, free throws made. He led the team in steals, and probably most categories that I can think of. So, Justin, please come forward. And next, the Todd Manning Award. Last Saturday was the 10th annual Big Boy Classic, and basically we have as much fun as we can on a golf course to raise money to send a lot of you guys to camps. And over the last 10 years, we've sent 556 kids to camps for free. We've raised and spent almost $200,000 doing that. This year, being the 10th year anniversary, we're sending over 110 kids to camps this year. So, just so everyone knows, when it's time to donate to the Big Boy, please do. Anyways, the Todd Manning Award basically goes to the biggest gym rat, the kid that, works the hardest, and a perfect definition of this person receiving this was I was talking to another coach in Class S, and they said when Mike Shepard is in the game, the other team has no post game, and it's like posting up a brick wall, and he was right. So Mike, come on up. So you guys want to speak?
You want the mic, Justin? Is that pink tissue paper on those presents?
That one's for Joe.
That's for you.
Just so everybody knows, the Todd Manning Award is an award given by the family. It's selected by, I believe, a committee, and it's a plaque that will be in our trophy case that the family has taken to have engraved, which is why Mike hasn't received anything formally, but your name will be here forever, not just like benches and bathrooms and stuff like that. If Coach Cook and Coach Benson would come forward, please.
Okay, well, it's mine then. I'm sorry. As Mr. Fillion said, it was kind of funny that he started off by saying it's the person you want 15 of on your team. I remember that because last year coming back to coaching, I had a really hard time deciding and had to really get the definition from him in regards to what the award was about. So I put that in my little talk that Mr. Fillion had said last year, the athlete that you want 15 of. Being said, her fellow team members had something to say about her as well, and I feel it's important to share that. Gives 110% every day in everything to do with the sport, gives extra hours outside of practice doing choreography, a good leader, works hard at everything she does, dedicated and loves to do the sport. She helped choreograph our hot routine and always does what she needs to do. Always positive and driven, always willing to help others, amazing skills to back the award up, always has new ideas, always helps people when they need it, helps put routines together, very positive and helpful, always has something positive and nice to say. She more than deserves this award, works so hard with our dances and stunts, tremendous amount of skill, always gives 110% to the team and others, always going the extra mile to help us bond as a team, and has great skill and deserves to be recognized. It gives us great pleasure to present this Crusader Award to Emma Cook.
Coach Maffey could not be here last minute, and the ski coach, she had sent me something to read on her behalf about the Crusader Award. Since each year the team chooses the captain, this year the person exemplified the meaning of leadership. They are trustworthy, selfless, strong, humble, and smart. This person served as my point person for practices, team dinners, team meetings, and kept the morale up on the team when we were grounded due to snow and insurance issues. Despite this person being light as a feather, I hope he had seconds. A feature not all that helpful in ski racing, she adds. We watched as it became a better skier, a better all-around skier, a better leader, and an individual. This year's Crusader Award goes to Tom Bovin. Mr. Smith, Ms. Grisham, and Mr. Shaw would come forward, please.
It's on backwards, by the way. Although it's not part of their criteria, I certainly lean towards or look towards a player from the girls' tennis team who is a senior, who has participated for a number of years. This player has. She demonstrates time and time again that she's a very hard worker. She gives you 100%, 100% of the time. And if you don't know tennis, when you do coach, you could coach when girls are switching, and there's a fence there to protect you, so when you're talking to players, Tom? There's a fence there to protect you, and I never felt at any time I really needed that fence there, because this player always took the advice that you were able to give her at the switchover very graciously, and used it next time she was out on the court, the next time she played the point. Also, what I really enjoyed about coaching this player is that whatever happened during that match, during that day, the next day it was over. We always started fresh. So if if she was victorious, she still worked very hard the next match. If she suffered some defeat, she didn't let it bother her, and she certainly came to the next match or the next practice with a very positive attitude. We really do not have any official captains on the tennis team. However, this player has assumed a leadership role for the past 2 years, organizing the team for different events, organizing meals and that type of thing. This player consistently shows up to play, consistently there, and unfortunately, at the end of the season, I was unable to play because of an illness, but she was still there. So, Crusader Award this year, Samantha Fillion. Just to organize them.
And this is for you. Good, 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 good.
Thank you so much. Kevin, careful.
In case you didn't see Tom take the wrong award, you can watch it on Channel 2, because it was his fault. Did you get it? You got it, right? If Mr. Daigle and Mrs. Daigle would come forward, please.
We also had a bunch of guys who were in contention for this special award. We went with our junior, Spencer Bars. We had a hubba-hubba moment when we played profile, and he beat the guy that he lost to the last time he played him. And it was just an awesome match. And he deserved a lot of credit for hanging in there and going for it all the way. We're thrilled with him. He juggled advanced placement studies throughout practices and throughout the season and playing, and a lot of determination there. And that determination came out in that match with Profile. We're very proud of you. And so will you please come forward?
I have to add one more thing, or maybe a few more things. One of the other things that we feel about Spencer is that he's extremely respectful to his teammates, to the coaches, and to the coaches of the other teams even, and his opponents. He's definitely our gentleman of the team, and we're very proud of him for that. He's also very generous, and sometimes beyond generous when he does his line calls. We're working on that. In tennis, it's gentlemanly or ladylike, to call a line if you don't know whether it went in or out, and you're not sure. You're pretty sure it went out, but you don't know whether to say it or not. You have to call it out. You have to give it to the opponent. So sometimes that's pretty difficult, but he has no problem with this yet. We're working on it. The other thing is his generosity in one of our games came forth when he loaned a pair of sunglasses to one of our new players this year, a senior. John Blakesley was playing his first match as a sub for number 6 player. He was playing this game, and I was watching him because we were at the profile game again, and I'm going, gee, John can play better than that. What is going on? And all of a sudden, I hear after the first game, John says to Spencer, "Hey, Spencer, are these sunglasses prescription?" And Spencer says, no, they're not prescription. They just have a little magnifying lens down at the bottom. So John took the glasses off and they went on the ground. So we're sort of encouraging Spencer not to loan out the sunglasses anymore. But we're very proud of him, and we're sure his parents are too. Congratulations.
Next, if we could have and Mr. Melanson come forward, please.
Yeah, I guess so.
The Crusader Softball Award. If you saw any of our games, there is no doubt this individual is a competitor. One of the first people to practice, one of the last people to leave. Works extremely hard, loves the game. You couldn't ask for anything more. Megan Gattaby.
For this next award, I need the coaching staff of the girls soccer team and girls basketball team, please.
First this time?
Mine will probably give it away.
No, mine will too. I'll start off. This young lady was a senior captain for me this year. She played in all 20 games. Her career of 66 games, that was 4 varsity years. Had a wonderful kick. She could kick the living daylights out of a ball. Just real quick, her sophomore year, I'm standing there coaching, just being myself, like always, standing, screaming and hollering at her. She comes up the sideline, goes to clear the ball, just catches me right in the chest of the ball, and was point blank from me to Mr. And I just kind of trapped it, came to my feet. Deep down inside, I was just killing me. I just couldn't catch my breath. We had a wonderful 4 years with this young person. She also led us in goals and assists for this year. Third. She was number 3 for goals and assists this year. At this position that she plays in, it's very difficult to even get a goal, and for her to become number 3 for the team was really outstanding. So hard not to be able to say the name, you know. Here you
go. She displayed tremendous leadership for our group. She's definitely, a kid that our team will miss in the sense of her leadership ability. She sacrificed a lot. If anybody was willing to dive on the floor, although I don't know if there was a piece of skin that was exposed where she could actually get a floor burn, but she would definitely be the first to dive on the floor. Crystal just informed me that she was the only one that would be willing to tie her shoes when Crystal was too fat during the season, so I think that in and of itself deserves. She's only 5'1", but she acts like she's 6'5", or she pretends to be a bully. Katie Bovin.
It was definitely funny when Tom sat down and goes, "I'm not Kate."
If Coach Connolly and Coach Daniels would come forward, please. This next recipient is a dual recipient as well. I will attempt to read, if I can find it, what Coach Weber has to say about this young man. This young man has shown to be very resilient over the years. It was nice to have him not get hurt this year. Certainly, one of my favorite memories is when he came up to me during a game to tell me that he just broke his arm. I told him no way, but he had, and it was not the first time. He was willing to play anywhere in the field to help the team, a trait that all coaches admire in their players, and he always gave 100%. In regards to baseball, this kid is another one that you'd never hear an excuse from. He's a hard-working kid, a little on the quiet side, at least around us. He'd play anywhere in the field that we asked, hitting any spot in the lineup that we needed him to. He led off for us. He hit third for us. He leads by example. He was second in the team in batting average, first in stolen bases. He was never caught stealing this year, at least not on the baseball field. No, he's a good kid. He's definitely in the top 3 in runs scored. He was our catalyst. If he was on base, good things could happen. He showed his dedication by remaining here with the team and made a tough decision to not go on his class trip to play baseball, something that he earned a lot of respect from the coach and staff out of. The type of player he is, and we were in Gorham. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second home run we gave up that day, but he ran through the fence as fast as he could trying to catch it, because that's how he plays the game. He plays hurt, he plays sick, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. He's an easy kid to coach, and a perfect example of a high school student athlete and a Crusader, Aaron Clark. Just a few more awards tonight. We have the United States Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award, given to both one female and one male. This year's recipients, Nathan Landry and Sophia Sogiadakis. The Senior Boy and Girl Athlete Award is given to a dedicated athlete exemplifying the most desirable characteristics as a person and as an athlete, showing courage, dependability, consideration for others, and plays the game with all that he or she has. And this award is voted on by the entire coaching staff at Littleton High School. This year's Senior Girl Athlete, Katie Bovin, Boy Athlete, Aaron Clark. Is Taryn here yet? Yep. All right. If I could have Judy Hazlett come forward, please, for our Hall of Fame portion of tonight's ceremonies, please.
Welcome and congratulations to all the athletes receiving awards tonight. It is a great honor that I have been chosen to induct the next 2 individuals into the Littleton High School's Hall of Fame. It was a toss-up as to which one of these individuals I would introduce first. So at this time, would Carrie Pilot-Allaire and Taryn Drake please come forward? So I figured you both can stand up here with me. I could go on and tell you many personal stories about these two individuals, and believe me, there are many, as over the years we have become great friends, and I've watched each one of them get married, become mothers of two, along with going into the teaching profession. And I also had the privilege of coaching both of these girls on the field hockey field. Before you stands two great athletes of LHS, Keene State College, and Skidmore College. Both of these girls are leading scorers in field hockey here at LHS, scored 900-plus points in basketball, voted Senior Girl Athlete, and both girls have been inducted into the Hall of Fame at each one of their colleges. I'll start with Carrie. A graduate of 1992 who played 4 years of field hockey, basketball, and softball here at LHS. She was one of the leading scorers in the field hockey field, scoring 56 goals from her sophomore to senior year, and still holds the record for the most goals scored. Carrie was also selected to the 1992 New Hampshire field hockey, basketball, and softball all-state teams, in the 1991 Boston Globe All-Star Scholastic field hockey and basketball teams. Carrie was also part of 2 championship teams in basketball and softball. Carrie took her athletic abilities on to Keene State College, where she was a 4-year member of the field hockey team. She was voted NCAA Division II Field Hockey All-American for 2 consecutive years. Carrie was also inducted into the Hall of Fame at Keene State College in 2003, and it gives me great pleasure to induct Carrie Pilot-Allaire into the Littleton High School Hall of Fame tonight.
First of all, I'd like to start by thanking Judy Haslett for the nomination and the Hall of Fame committee for inducting me to the LHS Hall of Fame. It is an honor and a privilege to be selected along with the many great student athletes from Littleton High School. I would also like to thank all the great coaches I had at LHS. Judy Haslett, actually I think I'm just going to take this right off, and field hockey, Ron Bartholomew in basketball, and Jim Ramsey in softball. I also can't forget to give credit to Dave Stoddard, who gave many years of his time to Lakeway students, coaching many of us throughout the years. I was very fortunate to have all these people as my coaches. When I think back on the reasons why I'm here today, one very big reason is due to my teammates. My success on the field and the court would not have happened without my teammates. I was fortunate to be a member of sports teams that played with determination, drive, and the desire to win. No matter who was doing the scoring, we all played as a team. We celebrated together in our wins and consoled each other in our losses. We were a family. I made some wonderful friends that I still cherish today from playing sports here at Littleton High School. I'm looking forward to seeing many of my former teammates for our 18th year alumni barbecue this July. Whenever we get together, we love to talk about our days at Littleton High School. I thank them for being my teammates, and I know that without them, I wouldn't be here today. After college, I was thrilled to be hired as a teacher at Lakeway Elementary. I was also given the opportunity to coach basketball and field hockey. I was excited to come back home and give back to my community by teaching and coaching our student athletes. I wanted to help instill in our youth everything that I learned growing up and playing sports in Littleton. I wanted to teach not only how to win games by giving it your all, but also by teaching the life lessons I learned from playing sports. I learned how to respond when we lost with grace and integrity, how to be humble with our victories without being boastful, how to work together as a team no matter who is doing the scoring. I need the whole team's effort, not just one person to be successful at winning. Playing sports taught me the meaning of sacrifice, self-discipline, and respect, and how working hard can lead to success. I encourage every young person to participate in sports in their school, whether it's basketball, cheerleading, golf, field hockey, baseball, whatever sport you partake in, it will benefit you in the future. I was fortunate to receive many awards while playing sports at Littleton High School, but being awarded the high honor of the Sportsmanship Award from the New Hampshire Federation of Basketball Officials my senior year meant a great deal to me. I always wanted to win every game I ever played in, and always made sure to give it my all. But I knew playing with quality sportsmanship would take me farther in life than any score on the game clock. I also knew working hard in class and getting good grades was very important. Some of the great memories I have includes the fierce rivalry we had with profile field hockey. One game in particular stands out in my mind. We were losing 2-1 with less than 2 minutes to go. I was given the ball, we were able to score, and that led to a tie. But then with 10 seconds, scored again to win the game. We were screaming with disbelief that we had won the game. We were so excited I started to hyperventilate. Coach Judy had to give me a bag to breathe. One of my favorite and most memorable memories. Field hockey was my game, but not my father's. He hated it. He could never understand any of the calls. I learned early on how important parent involvement is to be successful in sports. I was very lucky that my parents were and still are sports fanatics, and that they were there at every game in whatever sport I played in, supporting me and our team. My parents were always firm believers that playing sports helps to build strong character, something I continue to carry over in raising my children. So I want to acknowledge them for all the miles they drove and the hard bleachers they sat on while supporting me and our teams. Some of the great memories are the basketball games we played against Groveton High School and Franklin High School. Franklin was a very physical team, and we knew we had to play tough. But who would have thought that during the finals at Plymouth State College, one of their players in front of a roaring crowd would grab the ponytail of one of our players because we were beating them. Pretty crazy. But we maintained our sportsmanship and won the game with honor. Did we take some pleasure in that win? Yeah, we did. Coach Bartholomew wasn't known for his humor, but we managed to get him to laugh during our 4 seasons with him as our coach. We even got him to like our team's fight song, played loudly, of course, Fishing in the Dark. I have no idea why it was our fight song. It had absolutely nothing to do with winning, but fishing. We loved playing that song. It always got us in game form. Coach even learned to tell jokes about that song at the banquet. I remember starting out playing softball by being a catcher for our Little League team. The glove was bigger than I was, lefty to top it off. I eventually moved to center field, where I was much better suited. When I was a freshman, I had the pleasure of being on the same team as my sister, Kelly. She was a senior that year and a tough force behind the plate. We ended up going all the way to the finals, where we unfortunately lost, but with great memories I have about that year. Coach Jim Ramsey was our coach for our softball team. One thing he hated was if you were late for a game or practice. One lesson he taught me was no matter how good you are, if you don't follow the rules, you will pay the consequences. So one time my friend and teammate, Stacy Jolson, and I got to the bus late. We were at this school just in time to wave to the kids on the bus. They were leaving for the game to Lancaster. So we jumped in Stacy's car and drove to Lancaster, thinking we'd be all set to play. Did we play? No, we didn't. He made us sit on the bench the whole game. There was another valuable lesson I learned from playing sports. Be on time and don't ride with Stacy. You can be sure I was never late again. My senior year, Coach Ramsey started the softball season off by giving us a softball to pass between us during the season. When you got the ball, you were responsible for it all week until you passed it along to the next person. We had to carry it to school and carry it to practice all week. We had to be responsible for the ball's safekeeping. He told us that ball was going to take us to the finals that year. Just like every coach, he gave us a goal to work toward. And because he was a team, had to take care of that one ball all season, he made us all believe in the dream of bringing that ball to the finals. There was something special about that ball. Our dream team won that game 2-1. What a thrill it was for our team to bring that ball to Plymouth and to bring home the trophy. I don't think I had natural abilities in every sport I played in, but I did work very hard to be the best I could be. Without hard work and determination, I wouldn't be satisfied. I went to summer camps for field hockey and basketball, was a member of the National Basketball AAU team traveling to Louisiana. I knew if I made the commitment playing sports that I had to devote an energy to the sport. That life lesson continues with me today as I work as a teacher. I love sports and the lessons I've learned from playing in sports. To this day, I still play and pick up games of field hockey. I still die for that goal, but I'm a little sore the next day. I truly feel blessed tonight, not only because of this amazing honor I have to share with my friends and family, but also because I was able to return to my hometown after college and give back to the community that gave so much to me growing up. In 2004, I had the distinct honor of being inducted into my College Hall of Fame, where I played Division II field hockey for 4 years. But I have to tell you, this honor today is very special to me because it comes from the community where I was born and raised. I would like to end tonight by telling each and every one of you how very fortunate I was to play at Littleton High School, and I'm grateful for all the remarkable memories I have to share with my family and friends. I love this community, the school system. We have many bright and talented student athletes. We have devoted teachers and a skillful staff of coaches. And I hope to see my children someday out on the court in the field helping to win games at Littleton High School Crusaders. Thank you all very much.
I have to tell you guys, it's kind of funny to be standing up here with these two young ladies, both obviously very competitive in sports, and have the field hockey coach, former field hockey coach from Profile, who now coaches here at Littleton. It's many times us girls have chatted. It's what's such a big rival that game was for us against Profile, and to hear Carrie mention that, it was just. These girls did some crazy things to get themselves psyched up. We even had Mrs. Grisham dress as a banana one year, just as a mascot for us. So they carry a lot of heart with them. Next one, Taryn, a graduate of 1999 who played 4 years of varsity field hockey, basketball, and in the spring she played softball and tennis. Taryn was a member of 4 state championship teams in 3 different sports, basketball, softball, and tennis. Taryn is also a leading scorer in field hockey with 50 goals in her career. She was chosen to the Twin State field hockey team in 1991, in the first team All-State in 1998. In basketball, she was on the All-Academic team, Class M All-Star team. Taryn then went on to Skidmore College, where she is a second-time All-American in 2 sports, field hockey and lacrosse. And when she left Littleton High School, this girl had never, ever picked up a lacrosse stick in her life before. First-team All-American field hockey and lacrosse, voted Field Hockey Rookie of the Year in 1999, a member of Who's Who in Sports Illustrated in 2003, Field Hockey National Scoring Leader in 2002, UCAA Field Hockey All-Star all 4 years of college and 2 years for lacrosse, Senior Girl Athlete at Skidmore in 2003, and was inducted into Skidmore's Hall of Fame last fall, where she was unable to attend because she was expecting her second child. But she will, I understand, be going this fall to receive recognition. So it is with great pleasure that I induct Taryn Howard Drake into Littleton High School's Hall of Fame.
Good evening. I just got here, so, and Carrie missed our memo back and forth on keeping it short, so I took it literally. So it will be short and sweet. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the student athletes and coaches here tonight. Even though I live in Massachusetts, I'm a loyal reader of the Courier, and I love reading the game summaries throughout the year. You're all to be commended for your hard work and successful seasons. I'm honored to be here to accept this nomination, and to be honest, quite flattered. Thanks to my older brothers, Trevor and Jeff, I grew up on the sidelines of Littleton athletics. And to be in a group with some of the Littleton legends that I've always heard about, like Rich Gale, Louis Zeider, Tommy Walker, and now Carrie Allaire, to name a few, is truly humbling. In fact, I can remember cheering Carrie on when I was younger, waiting for the day where it would be my turn to be part of an LHS team. I could tell, even from a young age, that Littleton was a special place to be if you're an athlete. In all of my experiences as an athlete at the collegiate level, only a few have lived up to the hoopla that ensues Littleton sports. The support from the high school and the town is unmatched, especially at tourney time. And fondest memories are from looking up into the stands at a state final and seeing almost every face in town waving a pom-pom or ringing a cowbell. I can tell you that does not happen everywhere. I left Littleton with a strong desire to play sports at the collegiate level, and I remember being a bit intimidated during my first week of field hockey preseason my freshman year. Naturally, I wondered if I, a girl from a small town in northern New Hampshire, could keep up with girls from much bigger places and with broader experiences. It only took me a short time, however, to realize that I was prepared exceptionally well, and that the skills of any sport are universal. My dodge right, pull left was as good as anyone's, regardless of whether I was used to playing on a modified cow pasture with part of a baseball diamond jutting into the field. My profound knowledge of sport and competitive nature kicked in, and I never looked back. This is thanks to my wonderful coaches throughout my high school career. I feel I had the very best at teaching fundamentals, strategy, and most of all, the mental toughness it takes to be successful. Judy Cornelius Hazlitt, Steve Simon in basketball, Jim Ramsey in softball, Al Smith and Papa Shaw in tennis were exceptional mentors for me throughout my high school career and beyond. They fostered my abilities and handled my competitive nature with ease. The relationships that I formed with my coaches and teammates at LHS are irreplaceable. I would also like to thank my parents for being my biggest fans and attending every single sporting event I ever had. Lastly, I'd like to thank Greg Fillion and the athletic department for putting this evening together. Again, I'm truly honored. Thanks.
About 5 years ago, we started the Hall of Fame at Littleton High School for a few reasons. One, we felt that the tradition that Littleton held was being lost or lost to some extent, and we felt that this would be a great way to motivate the kids in our school right now, to show you what kind of athletes have come through here and will come through here, and that you can come from a small town in northern New England and you can succeed. And if you're looking for a role model or for someone to motivate yourself, you don't have to look much further than those two women right there. Okay, I'd like to introduce Terry Fillion from the Booster Club. They're going to give out some scholarships and some jackets.
First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. I know it's an insane, crazy week to be doing this, so I appreciate the fact that you're here, and I think for the most important reason that we all agree upon is to support our student athletes. Congratulations to all tonight. For those of you who aren't aware, Crusader Pride Booster Club is proud to be a part of this evening, and we are also very proud sponsors of Homecoming, and we did bring back the bonfire, and we have big plans for next year with all your help. We're part of the basketball season, the JV tournament, and we're part of this evening. Little spiel, we consider everyone a member, but we're really hopeful that as we continue to grow, we will have more active membership. And we're hoping that more and more parents and family members will come to support us and to help us. And with that said, the results of all of our hard work and the results of a lot of hard work by our seniors is to be recognized tonight with our Crusader Pride Awards. These are scholarships presented to varsity athletes of Littleton High School Membership is not a requirement, and I think maybe with a little extra push and talking it up, we are proud to award 12 scholarships this evening, which is double what we have been able to do in the past. So with that said, could I please have Elaine Armstrong, Brianna Ash, Katie Bovin, Erin Clark, Samantha Fillion, Katie Foster, Megan Gadapy, Lindsay Hadlock, Lindsay Hamill, Rachel Lackey, Nathan Landry, and Haley Ozawi. Get to Megan's here. Congratulations. Aaron, congratulations.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Let's find Nate's here. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thanks. Congratulations to all.